What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another COD mode video. So I am pretty disappointed with what this update had contained, although at the same time I am still kind of grateful, but I feel like they could have done a little bit better. So for a long time I've been requesting for Aether Crystal as well as tournament camos to be put on blueprints, and within, well, I think like last season they did confirm that they were going to be having that as a feature at some point. At first I thought it was going to be around season 9 or some other major update. I didn't think it was going to happen right away, but it did happen. In the season 7 public test build, we did see that the camos were, I guess, open to be put on blueprints. And of course it was kind of like the same thing that you saw with like the glitch that you would do from last season, where you could see how Aether Crystal looks like on blueprints or any other tournament camo, whatever the case may be. But it did look pretty incomplete. Of course, I just initially thought that, you know, maybe the test build was a very, very early version of the season, of what we were getting for season 7, and I was right. Fast forward a few weeks later, we finally get an update for Garena, as well as the Korean, the Vietnamese version as well. Got the update, and you know that pretty much confirmed that we're getting this new feature, and I was very excited because honestly I was relieved. I was just like, man, this is it. The wait is finally over. But then I started hearing a lot of complaints that Aether Crystal and what's the other camo, Polychromatic, look like absolute shit. Both of these camos have that parallax effect, you know, that 3D effect that makes it kind of look like a crystal, or makes it look like it's made of glass, which basically is the theme for Aether Crystal and Polychromatic. I mean, taking that off is like taking off pepperoni and the cheese from a pizza. Is it really a pizza now? Keep in mind the parallax effect was available for, I think, all graphic settings, to be honest. When I was using medium settings with Ultra, which I typically use all the time, it was working just fine, especially on base weapons. So I don't really see a reason as to why on medium settings it looks extremely checkerboarded and just terrible in general. Like, in order to actually get the parallax effect, you would have to be on high graphics, or I guess higher than that. That's basically what you're seeing right now. I'm playing on high graphics, and that's really the only way I could get the parallax effect for Aether Crystal and Polychromatic. So this pisses me off beyond belief, because yes, I mean, Red Sprite and Glacial Ripple are working just fine. They look pretty perfect. The problem is that with Aether Crystal, it was the one thing I was waiting for a long time. I've always wanted to use Aether Crystal with my blueprints because I knew it would look good, and what you're seeing right now is basically the result of that. That's something I expected. It looks amazing, looks beautiful. It may not be as animated as the other ones, but I mean, it still looks very vibrant, looks nice. And like I said, I was waiting for this for a long time, just for them to just ruin it completely. So the bad version of Aether Crystal and Polychromatic are only existing on medium and low graphics. They might have done that because, okay, honestly, I don't even know why they did that. But, you know, there are devices out there that may not be able to run, the game properly with Aether Crystal on blueprints, so that's probably why they had to tone it down. But at the same time, a lot of people speculate that it's actually a bug, which is something I'm leaning towards a little bit more every day. And it bothers me. Like I said, it absolutely bothers me, because it's not only affecting the players that have, you know, low-end devices, you know, iPhone 7s, iPhone 8s, and so on, but it's also affecting those who are running medium graphics with ultra settings. So as you guys know, when you run ultra frame settings, you could only run up to medium graphics. And that's a problem, because people that run that are not going to be able to enjoy Aether Crystal and Polychromatic in its full glory. I know a lot of people are saying that Polychromatic doesn't really look that good, and that's probably because they're not in the right settings, or they're just not able to see it, which is something a few people have told me, where no matter how high the graphic settings are, they don't get the parallax effect anyway. My issue personally, because I mean, I could still run it on high, but the problem is that, you know, objectively speaking, you know, talking about everyone in general that runs ultra frames with medium settings, is the fact that, you know, going to high graphics and lowering your frames down to at least max is a huge transition, especially for me, because the way you turn around and all that stuff, you have to adjust your sensitivity all over again. It's kind of like if you're learning the game once more. But the thing is that when you're turning around, I don't know, it fucks with you a little bit. It's kind of like motion blur on roids. Like, it feels very glitchy even though it's not. And especially if you're trying to turn around, or if there's someone coming to you at your side, sometimes you're not even going to notice it. It's, like I said, it's a huge, it's very uncomfortable. Of course, I would have no problem if, you know, ultra frames didn't exist in this game at this point, because, I mean, I would have already been used to high graphics with max frames, so it wouldn't be a problem. But, you know, having to adjust to that just to enjoy the camos isn't worth it. And really, it just doesn't make sense logically. You know, Ether Crystal and Polychromatic are not animated. Yes, they have a parallax effect, but that's pretty much it. So the reason why this is kind of fucked up logically is because how are blueprints able to run on Glacial Ripple as well as Red Sprite so perfectly? You know, camos are actually animated, but you can't do it with Ether Crystal? Like, make that make sense. It's like if DM Ultra was in this game, or even Dark Ether, and it was able to run the blueprints easily, but for Diamond it just can't, so they had to lower the quality. Where's the logic in that? So people that are using ultra frame settings on medium graphics settings are not even going to be able to enjoy it. So that's one shitty thing, and if they want to, they're going to have to adjust to a lower frame settings, which is fucking bullshit. And to make matters worse, you can't even enjoy it on the base weapon because it's still fucked up. Like, when was that ever an issue? One of you guys tell me in the comment section, have you guys ever had an issue with performance when you ran Ether Crystal on your base weapons? Like, when did that ever happen? And why the fuck did you have to remove that too? It doesn't make any fucking sense. So not only that you can't run Ether Crystal on your blueprints, you can't even fucking run it on the base weapon. Like, what was the fucking decision making process here? And even now, we haven't had any sort of reason as to why they made this choice in the first place. And keep in mind, it can be a bug. For all we know, it can actually be just a simple glitch that maybe something went wrong. And I'm hoping that's the case, because it just doesn't make any sense at all. And what makes this even worse is the fact that the new camo Polychromatic is a parallax one. That's the tournament that we're gonna have to deal with for the next 2 fucking seasons. And it sucks. It truly sucks. I might not even be able to enjoy the parallax effect when I'm just casually playing the game, or when I'm streaming, or whatever the case may be. What's funny about this is actually, when you look at the regular completionist camos like Damascus and everything, you know, they still have their shine on medium graphics. And, you know, Diamond, I mean, it completely changes the gun with gold and, you know, diamond designs, but that doesn't cause any issues. I don't fucking get it. I don't know, guys. This has to be a fucking joke. I mean, it has to be some sort of fucking troll, because I did not wait over a year just for a feature that was half-assed. There's no fucking way, man. I mean, if it can run Glacial Ripple and Red Sprite without any issues, it sure as hell can fucking run Ether Crystal and Polychromatic. There's no reason why they have to be toned down at all. It's crazy because with Glacial Ripple, they retain the gloss all over it. They don't take that off for medium or low settings. It just doesn't fucking make any sense. But look, there is hope in the horizon. Maybe within a few days they will update the game, because keep in mind, I mean, this is not the only issue that's happening. I mean, there are other bugs where people's weapons blueprints are disappearing in the middle of a match. They can't aim properly. They can't do certain things. I mean, yeah, it's like this update came with a lot of glitches. People just didn't point it out. They really just point out the camo issue, and that's it. And even now on Reddit and on Discord, whether you're on Leakers on Duty or even on just the COD Mobile Discord, people are talking about it. It's a very, very common subject right now, so there is a chance that they might fix it, or at least give us a fucking explanation as to why they did what they did. The thing is that with tournaments, especially with Polychromatic, I mean, you spend 400 COD points per week getting more of these skins. No one's gonna want to do it if they can't enjoy it in its I guess its full glory. So I mean, they have to make that adjustment at some point. And let's not forget, I mean, there was a time where we were actually able to put Ether Crystal on our blueprints. I mean, you guys saw the Zakhaev's Executioner for the Fennec or the Snakeskin for the ASM-10. Those ran perfectly without any issues. So yeah, this has to be a bug. Like there's no way they're just gonna leave it like this. I want to believe that this was just an accident, because like I said earlier, there are people out there that can't really see the parallax effect on high and very high graphics. So there are people that can't experience it either way. So again, that kind of solidifies the fact that yeah, it might be an accident. And look, if it turns out that it's not a bug after all and it's intentional completely, if they explain that, then I'm honestly going to reconsider doing tournament modes. I might even skip the entire tournament season, because there's just no point to it. I'm tired of grinding for shit that doesn't pay off in the end. The only time I grinded for something and it paid off was when the completionist camos came out with Diamond and Damascus and everything, because yeah, you could put them on your blueprints, which is cool. But that's pretty much it. I mean, keep in mind, I've grinded Diamond on every single weapon and there was no reward for it. And even now, I'm still waiting patiently for them to add something. And it's just never happened. And honestly, I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of grinding for something that doesn't pay off at the end. The same thing happened here with Ether Crystal. I was so excited for this to be a thing that I can enjoy for the entire time that this game is still relevant, man. And then it just doesn't pay off. And like I said, I mean, it could be a bug, but like there is also a chance that it isn't. So it's just like, fuck. I mean, like, are we gonna have a device later on in the future with like another version of the iPad Pro that can support high graphics and ultra frame settings? Like, when is that gonna happen? You know, what if it takes years for that to happen? Like, I don't want to wait anymore. I'm tired. I can tell you this with absolute confidence. I did not sleep very well when the update came out. Like, I kept waking up. I was just completely fucking frustrated and disgusted. Because honestly, it feels like I just got fucking trolled. And I'm sure I could speak for everyone that has grinded Ether Crystal in the past on every single fucking weapon. I'm pretty sure you guys feel so fucked over right now. But yeah, anyways, I'm tired of venting. I mean, honestly, I'm still very hopeful that this is a bug. I mean, maybe, like, I mean, honestly, there's like a lot of bugs that are going on with the Season 7 update, but this is like probably the most like talked about. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I mean, hopefully it gets fixed soon. If not, then we're just shit out of luck. So yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.